participants, you all are welcome to participate in this special group discussion on the occasion of World Nature Conservation Day. I use the word special because we are talking about environment, which is very special as it gives us life. So it's important to understand the way we are developing and creating ecological degradation. It has to be stopped. And you are the one, that is the coming generation, who can stop this and balance the ecosystem. So not taking much of your time, Adinav can initiate the group discussion.
According to me, economic development is the need of the hour. But at the stake of ecological degradation, it is absolutely wicked. Susham, what do you think about it?
Yes, I completely agree to this point because environment and economy are the two sides of the same coin. If we cannot sustain the environment, we cannot sustain ourselves. And that is why. But nowadays, people seem to be least bothered about this fact. They just tend to see their own benefit and are not at all interested in any kind of very important social work. Ignorance of which may cause, or I should say, it is causing a great harm to humanity. According to the latest statistics, it has been found that near about 5 to 10% of the good tropical species has been destroyed. 1,692 acres of the good dry land is becoming a desert. So it's our collective as well as individual responsibility to preserve and protect our environment. I would like Herschel to present his views on the topic.
Basically, we should know the relation between economical development and ecological degradation. It proposes that there is a U-shaped relation between environmental degradation and economic development. As we know, human use resources for its development, but also it results in degradation of our environment. As an example, forests are being cut and over which industries are being made. These industries make waste and toxics which are released in air and river, which also causes environmental degradation. So now I want Babita to share her views on it.
I completely agree with Herschel that economic development and exploitation of resources are embedded in each other. Economic development is development at cost of destruction, a destruction that might be irreparable if not dealt with right now. The fluctuating figures of GDP are glorified in newspapers like anything. But fuel going extinct in 50 years, Earth turning into a gigantic fireball in about a century is straining all our minds. But we deal with this crisis with only one sentence, that let's see when time comes. Certainly, we cannot just sit back and do nothing. We can also not get rid of the money-churning nature of humankind. But I propose to add the spectrum of conservation. Now, I would like to know the thoughts of Gaurika for the same.
According to me, not all the forms of economic growth cause damage to the environment, harmful effects of the pollution. Also, economic growth caused by improved technology can enable higher output with less of pollution. A recent report suggests that renewable energy is becoming cheaper than more damaging forms of energy production such as burning of coal. And in 2018, this has led to a 39% drop in new construction stats from 2017 and an 84% drop since 2015. Now I would like to ask Arjun about his views on the same.
Economic growth means an increase in real output or real GDP. Therefore, with increased output and consumption, we are likely to see costs imposed on the environment. The environmental impact of economic growth includes increased consumption of non-renewable resources, higher level of pollution, global warming, and the potential loss of environmental habitats.
Is a growth of the standard of living of nations people from a low-income economy to a high-income economy. When the local quality of life is improved, there is more economic development. Now, I would like to know Aryaman's view.
To say that, why do we humans always think about problems? The problem has arisen. Leave it. For example, if someone's finger is cut, what would you ask him? You would ask him, how is it cut? Or would you take him to the hospital? Same is with every problem of the world. And every solution is found step by step. If we talk about economic development and degradation, then the first foremost step towards it is by making laws. Example, India's literacy rate is 76.08%. It might surprise you, but literate people will follow the laws if they are told the negative impact and the consequences of each and every problem. People get easily frightened and they will take every possible measure towards the curation of the problem. And now I would like Adhinav to carry it forward.
It is stated correct that where the environmental costs of economic activities are home by future generations or by any other countries, the incentives to correct the problem are very weak. Manreet, what are your views on this?
Exactly correct, Adhinav. As the environment increasingly worsens, it will reluctantly force the economies to reduce the worst effects on the environment. This will obviously reduce the environmental damage being caused, but it will make it very difficult to reverse the past trends. Thus, it is important to initiate and set standards for every country to keep their economic expansions in accordance with the well-being of the environment. The SDG Goal 8 aims at decent work in environmental and economical growth, whereas the Goal 14 and 15 specifies to make life better, both below water and on land. This simply signifies that both economical development and ecological well-being can go hand in hand. It is very important for us to remember that we can have a plan B for a better economy. But once we spoil the ecological system of the planet, we will not be left with any planet B to survive on. Thank you.